Yeah, so I was going to talk about direction. You know, we've all been in a situation where we're driving somewhere and somehow we're not prepared for everything and our phone dies. And for whatever reason, we don't have our charging capabilities. And say we're trying to find an address that we're going to for whatever. Well, first of all, in Nebraska, if you are traveling, let me start with north. I want to start with north because when you look at a map or you look at one of those globes that they have in school, if you look at a map or one of those globes or whatever, you'll see an arrow. You'll just see one arrow. And usually that arrow is pointing toward an N. So when it's pointing toward an N, that N represents north. So if you turn yourself to where you know you're facing north, hopefully you have enough sense of direction. If you're in a situation, hopefully you have enough sense of direction to be able to discover which direction is north. And because once you find north, easily you already know south is behind you, and then east is to your right and west is to your left. So that's golden rule, stays that way. You know, north, east, west, and south is behind you. So understanding that, and then understanding this, let's just say you're driving in Omaha, and let's say you're going north, and let's take 30th Street, pretty familiar street, and say you're looking for an address to a place, and say the address is even number 3720, 3720 North 30th Street. All right, so 3720 North 30th Street, and you're traveling north. So remember, your vehicle is facing north. You're looking for 3720 North 30th Street. As you're traveling north, all even numbered addresses, all of them will be on your left side. All odd numbers will be on your right side. So 3720 is going to be on your left side. So that's if you're traveling north. So if you're traveling north, odd numbers to the right, even numbers to the left. If you're traveling, let's just go complete opposite. If you're traveling south, then all even numbers are to your right. All odd numbers are to your left if you're traveling south. If you're traveling west, if you're going west in your vehicle, you're going up Ames and you're going towards 72nd Street from 30th Street, and you're going up, all odd numbers are going to be on your left side. All even number addresses are going to be on your right if you're going west. So obviously if you're going east, then all even numbers will be on your right side. And wait, if you're going west, no, if you're going east, all odd numbers will be on your right side and all even numbers will be on your left side if you're going east. Odd numbers to the right, even numbers to the east. So that's kind of important to just keep in mind, because for one, if you're in a situation and your phone goes dead and you know the address that you're looking for, you could possibly still find it, but you have to understand what you're looking for. A lot of people don't know this stuff, believe it or not. A lot of people are just out here driving around completely dependent upon their GPS, don't got a sense of the 100 blocks coming from Dodge. So just know, most people from Omaha know that Dodge separates north from south. So if that address, where I mentioned 3720 North 30th Street, that means that the location that we're looking for is 37 blocks north of Dodge. So Lake Street is 25 blocks north of Dodge. Ames is 45 blocks north of Dodge. So 37 is going to be somewhere right in the middle. It's going to be down there by Sprague. 3720 will be down there by Sprague. So anyhow, Sprague, Spalding, something like that. Even Spalding area it could be. But you have to understand those senses of direction in case you're ever in a situation where you may not even have, you may have power, but you may not have a connection because there's no signal. If you're in that situation, try to figure out where north is. If you have a problem figuring out where north is, then start out, look at your watch or your phone to see what time it is. Everybody knows that the sun rises in the east. It rises in the east and it sets in the west. So, depending on what time it is, the sun is going to be either towards your east, depending on where you're at, or towards your west. So, if the sun, let's just say the sun is gone toward the west. So if you know that the west is this way over here, then just turn your body to the right. So that way, west is to your left, north is in front of you, east is to your right, south is behind you. You should be able to find your way out of this situation. If you look at the 100 block that you're on, if it's north and it says something like 17924, that means you are 179 blocks north of Dodge. So if you're trying to get back to an area that's familiar to you, you want to get back to Ames, you got plenty of traveling to do. You got 130 something blocks to travel to get to Ames. You got to travel south, 130 something blocks south to get to Ames. So just understand those 100 blocks coming off of Dodge. It's good to read them. There's a way you can look them up online. You can print something out and have it in paper form. So that's just, I call those, I call them useless facts, but a lot of people don't consider them useless. I call them useless facts because that's just information that's just stored in my head. One other thing I'll say real quick and then I'll shut up. Since we spoke about north, east, west, and south, that's where the word news comes from. The word news comes from north, east, west, and south. It's an acronym. And also the word news means new information, but it means new in plural. So new information, but plural. News. So that's plural. And but anyhow, yeah, news. That's why when you watch the news, they tell you about things going on all around you. It may not be in the order of north, east, west, and south, but they tell you information about things that are going on around you. News is an acronym. Understand your direction. Understand those 100 blocks. Understand which side of the block is an odd number, even number. You don't need to be driving up a street looking for a single address and you're driving and doing this. You're driving and doing that. That just means you've never learned what I just explained.